I just want to say something real quick. Whenever you start showing kind of like the truth of what's been happening behind the scenes, supporting a side and ignoring everything, stop. Your problem, it's your fault. When it's in really black and white, truly in black and white, what's happening. Under a sock account, no transparency from
handing over all their screenshots.
Nonsense and I are not the same person. I definitely don't have time for a second channel or any sort of second social media. It's like I didn't even put anything on YouTube today. So anyways, you're a liar. You don't stop. I'm tired of the story. You're the messy one, boring and tired. Katie's the bad person. She's the one that's doing everything wrong. I trusted wrong people and I trusted wrong information. And you just have to understand, like, this is kind of manipulative. Dre is a murderer. That because Vaughn blinked his eyes, that was why Dre did this. She wouldn't answer their questions and tell them what happened. And really had no reason to share information with them, and aggravated stalking. Probably had some cause for concern. Cut someone with a box cutter and they had to be like hospitalized. So she might have had some feelings about that. And I just have to be totally honest about this, is what made me stop and think was, if I was the mother and I knew there was a choice between cutting out all the bullshit online, stopping the mob, so I could calm things down by simply just walking away from the situation. And if I just stopped the threats and stopped the innuendo against her, I could see my son. Cut it out and go see your son. You can go see him. You can just cut the shit out. Like, what mother in this situation would rile up the internet and start a hate campaign tirade, and knowing that they're going to take legal action, but they're creating like a hate campaign, inciting them, which I falsely believed for a minute there. And how does that help her see him? It only is giving her power on the internet, but it's not helping her see him. She was never banned. Not honest with me. Nothing's gonna stop me from seeing my son. She changed her story. Like, first it was that there was a protective order. Did she have a warrant or did she have a protective order? I don't know. The story kept changing. So I don't know why she's over here on the internet. So I'm gonna just have to say, like, that's the truth. We offered, you know, like, we tried to like calm down her fears. This shit wasn't worth it. Like, she just needed to go. She wasn't willing to go. Like, right off the bat. And even at the facility that he's at today, she can't like prevent anyone from seeing him because he can have visitors. If you stop this, what's happening online, you can see your son. And she was unwilling to do that. And at every turn, there was people online that were telling her not to bend to Dre. When in reality, had she just stopped, this whole thing wouldn't have escalated to what it was. Because here we are, Vaughn has no brain activity. He's been in a coma for almost 3 months now. And the longer he's in a coma, the less likely he is to ever come out of it. He didn't have a blunt force trauma injury. He had an anoxic injury.
I own your breath. I control your breath, and I can take away your last breath.
And it's a severe one. Like, he has brainstem activity, but that's it. Like, the conscious brain is gone. He has no awareness at all. I try to like put myself in their shoes and like, okay, it's gotta be super, super hard to get that kind of information. And there's probably a level of denial, and right? Monetizing it, but then they turned it into their own way of monetizing. And so that was another part where I was like, well, this is super hypocritical. Not because I'm trying to expose them. Not me. I'm not nonsense. Like, pro, get this shit figured out. I'm gonna stop them from talking to anyone. I'm not gonna put this out because I don't want to take away donations from Letitia. Not honestly telling you that there's little to no chance for them to ever get what they want. And I'm not trying to bring up his criminal history to shame him. It all relates to doing this to people in his own family. Should we tell people how much money has been raised? Is satisfied, right, with what she paid for? That wasn't why I got a refund. My refund was because I was lied to about the entire situation. The entire premise of getting me to donate was based upon a falsehood, which is so suspect. I was lied to directly to my face by Letitia, multiple times. And she yelled at me after I'd been trying to help her for 2 weeks and I did nothing to deserve her yelling at me. Given all the crap I'd done, so many people telling me she was a scammer, being like, now I need to expose her. It's just another indication that something is wrong here. It's just not. And then you start to add up things like, why would a family that's truly serious about donations want to be tied to someone that's literally degrading, verbally abusing, and bullying anyone that asks questions? That's who they wanted to work with. Is that someone that is trustworthy to you? Like, if someone's asking you for money and you want to ask a question and they tell you you can't ask questions, come on now. And then if you ask a question, they dox you and they verbally abuse you. I've had so many people in my inbox telling me I was doxed, I was verbally abused, I was bullied. She put out my information, she shamed me. After I got that, I got bullied so relentlessly in comments. People were going to my social media. It's ugly, and that's not right behavior. Yeah. And I really wasn't doing the fundraising much. I was just trying to share what was happening in the story and like putting out the records. I just had people coming into my inbox telling me I certainly wasn't trying to hurt anyone, and I wanted to believe the information that was given to me was the truth. It wasn't adding up. Really worried about what's happening, but not willing to ride this hate train. The last few years have gotten kind of weird. I just want the truth. Trusted the wrong people? Sure, of course. And it sounds like they were using and mixing substances here. But every marriage has struggles and every marriage has problems, and so they have fights, they go through periods. She is controlling, admittedly, but he's also doing things that are, you know, like it's tit for tat, a lot of it. I don't like that she's playing doctor, and I don't like that she's thinking that she can cure him, and then you've got this whole layer of her kind of getting on this God complex, which is weird. Being people that literally just want to blindly hate someone, which is what I believe the creator were doing. These were people that had been blocked by her, that had a vendetta, and they wanted her exposed at all costs necessary. Even if someone is evil, there's always more than one point of view.
I hate cancel culture. I hate cancel culture. I hate call out culture.
And if you get caught up in that one point of view and you get sucked into that rabbit hole where everything is bad, everything that they do can look bad, and everything that they do can look suspect, and every way that they act can look like a trigger for something. Just being a jerk or pompous or whatever, you know, because even people that do bad things can do good things. It's fucked up, but it's, I mean, I feel like, didn't Ted Bundy like do calls at like a shelter for something, for women or for suicide or something? Like they blend in. So my point here is that there's always multiple sides to a story, and not every single thing that people do is a testimony to them being a bad person. Yeah. You have all these competitors that are trying to take her down. It's so funny. I bet you're just obsessed with this case. And that's the thing, is when the truth starts to come out, the people that don't want to see the truth, they'll say that I'm obsessed with this case. I made like 5 videos on YouTube. That's it. And I post on my Facebook. And I don't care if people make money on this story. I don't care if people report this story and their platforms are monetized. What I care about is deception. And people doing this with false pretenses. And so if you have a bunch of competitors that create a group and try to control the narrative and don't want any other narrative to go out there, and that's like literally sabotaging someone's career, she could end up suing them for a business tort. A competitor's business. Like there's lots of civil litigation for that. And if you're gonna try to destroy someone's platform in that way over something like this, when there's been no verified facts to back up their statements, only speculation, I mean, that's, that are trying to show you guys, like, listen, it isn't what you thought it was. Like, they were trying to control a narrative. Well, I'm not trustworthy. The truth is that I was asking questions. And the only people that were going to be able to ride this out were going to be the ones that could blindly follow without asking questions. It took me 3 times of communicating with Letitia. I tested her 3 times. And I sent her money 3 times. And she would only respond when I sent her money. And I was like, this is so obviously, in my opinion, a money grab. Then the full police report comes out, doesn't match anything that they've said. All of this starts becoming a tidal wave. I haven't told anyone, but he's incarcerated. And I was trying to protect him. But he's talking to Katie. Now that she knew that Katie was talking to me, there was like no holds barred, right? That it was, now it was gonna get out. That what the fuck was that annoying noise? That was my dog trying to bury into her favorite spot. Sorry about that. All about me. Anyways, she ripped apart, like, first she was ripping apart a napkin. I'm definitely not upset. So there's been other people trying to pick this up, and like I was watching Unirock last night, and he was
Mods, just ban everybody talking about Katie. Jesus Christ in heaven, man. We're talking about this subject. Katie's nothing to do with any of this.
Any lawyer would tell you not to freaking talk about the situation. Like, if you have a lawyer and you have a goal to actually like get custody of something, the last thing what the lawyer is going to tell you is don't inflame online, don't contribute to the harassment of this person. If you want to have a case against her, you have to play by the rules, and you have to literally play nice. You can't be looking like you're online harassing you. You can't. They're playing bingo because I say things. Anyways, a lawyer would tell her not to engage online and not to incite harassment, not to incite any sort of hate. If she were to file something in court, could be counteracted and used against her. And well, you're actually kind of a danger to bond because you have had people calling the hospital nonstop, implicating me as a murderer, fueling a narrative, sending people to my house, sending people to my mom's house, putting my kids' lives in danger. You're actually a threat to us. And I'm not trying to say that that's the truth. I'm just saying like that's how lawyers would look at the situation. Lawyers will use anything that you do and they'll say, well, you're doing that, so it's tit for tat at that point. If she wanted to have a case, she would lay low and be quiet and say nothing. Oh, they love to tell me what I can and cannot do. She's blocked. They don't, like my trolls don't let me drink. They don't let me have a glass of wine.
My son is medically fragile.
They don't let me be a mom.
A lot of the people that are hate watchers can be unhinged. So when you attract a hate audience, it will come back and bite you. And that's what I learned very early on with how I covered certain stories and why I don't want to attract a hate audience. Hate audience to me are toxic. They are, while they generate revenue and those videos make you money, you're getting people that are angry, that are watching you. And at the end of the day, I don't want to bring down anyone. I don't want to take away their platform. I don't want to deplatform them. And I think if you really want to be about anti-cancel culture, then you can't try to take other people's freedom of speech from them. And that's the place that I got to. That's why I don't watch the videos anymore. I don't report videos. I don't look at videos. I honestly don't even pay attention.
Yes, keep your mouth shut. Because anything that you add is fuel to the fire. I mean, I know this myself. Block, 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 block. I need cheese and crackers. No.
I'm alright, and I need my cheese.
I'm adding a lot of fuel and it will explode soon. Okay, but you know what I've noticed about Molly? Molly hates women. Molly literally goes after and attacks women. She has this thing where she hates women. She seems to have this agenda where she doesn't like women. And that makes me feel like maybe you don't like yourself, Molly. Maybe you're self-loathing yourself so much that it's always the woman's fault. And that's nasty. Like,
you're trash. Quit while you're ahead. And you need to stop it with the threats with me because it's not going to fly. All right? Katie, you don't know who I am. All right? Katie, you don't know who I am. Don't mess. Don't poke the bear. Just go along, do your little thing. Go talk about your Dugars and your Todd Crisley and all this other BS. You're trash. You're trash. You've got some nerve putting out history of the victim's family. History of arrest. We don't care who's been arrested. Do you think that makes you look good? No. You've turned everybody off. People are disgusted. And you want to know something? You let this man down. So from here on out, I think you should stick to reality television because you don't even live in reality. Okay? You don't even live in reality. You're messing with the big guys now, all right? People that really need help and really need voices. We don't need liars. We don't need crooks. And we don't need Indian givers. I know you don't believe in God or anything, but I'm going to say this. God have mercy on your soul.
Not a single evidence they've given a refund, but they're lying about it. This is going straight to the police.
Oh my God, Britney Spears is calling me. Okay. Britney! Oh! Yeah! Work it, girl! Work it!